Good Saturday morning to you folks. It's gonna be a hot one today down here in Texas. But, you know, Pooch has got to do stuff. And we're gonna try to get after it before it gets blistering hot and get a few things done. So, hopefully all you folks had a good Friday night. And hopefully you stay cool today. But Pooch, I'm gonna be outside for a while doing some stuff. I got some stuff to do, try to get ready to do, and I sure as heck don't want to be out in this heat all day. So granted, it's a little bit late in the morning, but I gotta get after it. So let's do it. Yes, sir. First things first, you see all these here T-posts? I got a lot to drive. Man, yes I do. And this old ground out here that I gotta work with, it's hard as a rock. And I don't know if you could tell, but a lot of this rock, like this stuff right here that I've placed around my trees, and I got a few piles still here from doing some previous digging, septic system and all. But I'm sorry about that wind too, but look at this right here. You see that? That's what kind of ground I'm talking about out here. There ain't no dirt, it's just rock. And it sure makes tough digging. It sure makes tough post driving or post setting. So that'll give you an idea of what I'm dealing with out here. And look at this right here on my drive. That, of course, I've got this drive wore out enough, but look at here. Yeah. Now you tell me, if somebody's going to drag a tractor with a plow and try to plant rows of crops or whatever out here on this stuff. But we make do with what we want to do. So yeah, it's tough digging, but somebody got to do it, and just leave it to Pooch. I'll do it reluctantly, but hey. Anyway, I'm gonna mosey over here because not only have I driven T-post with that good old-fashioned post driver right there, but I've also bought this thing, which is a gas-powered T-post driver. It works, but it works hard. Sometimes it doesn't even want to do it at all. And of course, I've also got this thing right here, which is a post hole digger. It ain't having none of it either. But the old tried and true, yep. You know what I'm talking about. The old post hole diggers. A lot of manual labor involved with this. But if you want to get it done, that's what you got to use, along with everyone's favorite tool. the rock bar. Man, I got a couple of these things, and they'll work you to death. It ain't me working it to death. Well, yeah, a little bit, but it'll work you to death too. But that's what I'm dealing with out here. Now, I've considered, and I don't want to hear any of that crap about go buy you a post hole digger for your tractor. Yeah. You go driving that auger off that tractor, that 3-point down in the ground, and it grabs hold of some of that rock that you've seen, you'll be on your own merry-go-round. That thing will be slinging you around like a wet rag once that auger bites into some rock. About threw myself off a few times doing that. Now, I have considered going out and getting a skid steer with an auger on it. And I've also considered going out and getting a skid steer with a T-post driver on it. The cost of them things, granted, it might make it a lot easier, but do I really want to spend that kind of money on one of those? Now, if all else fails and I wear myself out trying to do it the old-fashioned way by working hard, I might resort to that, especially for some posts I want to set, because I do have a lot of steel pipe posts that I want to use, not just all that T-post. So, you know, I do have all these, and I'd like to get those set in the ground really nice. And I also have this big pipe right here that I'm going to cut up, and I need to use that for gate post entry to the property. So I'm going to have to resort to doing something, getting those things set in the ground. But you know, we'll see what happens with that. But oh Lord, I got a few good lines to run some T-post. I've already set the steel post on the corners of one run I'm gonna do. You know, I gotta have some sort of support for pulling and stretching that fence. But I did get those done. Now I just need to go along and plant those T-posts along the line. So that's probably what I'm going to try to get started on today a little bit until it gets so hot. But y'all stick around and watch. Pooch is going to get after it. Yes, sir. Something else I got here, hopefully to kind of aid in the situation, is a hammer drill, a variable speed hammer drill. Now what I aim to do with this thing, and hopefully it ain't burning it up, which most likely that'll be what happens, but I don't know if I need all this stuff. But I went out and got myself a 10 amp hammer drill with this here handle. So that maybe I'll be able to assist that T-post driver with kind of pre-drilling some holes in the ground to drive those T-posts. And what I also went and got was this here Hercules 1-inch by 18-inch drill bit. Now hopefully my plan is to pilot drill a hole, set that T-post in, and then use that T-post driver, and hopefully that'll kind of give it a little bit of help. Won't know until we try it. Like I said, I'll probably burn this thing up more than likely, but it is what it is. And I need to get that stuff done. I need to get that fencing done. And you mean to tell me they put a chuck in here that don't bite too well with them teeth? Now, this thing looks like it should do some pretty good damage. I hope it does. But we're soon gonna find out. And I got to do a little more prep, so I'm gonna have to go yank the old trailer out of the shop, put the generator on it, throw an extension cord on with it, and drag that thing around with me so I can power this here drill out there. So let's move on to the next step as we prep to get ready to work out in this Texas heat. Yes, sir. Now I'm going to have to go out here and we're going to have to get in the old Ford, and I'm going to have to go over there to the old tractor barn and hook up the old utility trailer and drag it around with me. So let's see if old Red wants to fire up this morning and do a little work with me. Yes, sir. Now, you reckon I ought to ride around in AC all day? No, there ain't no sense in firing up the old AC in the old Ford. Let's just get ourselves accustomed to the heat by working in it and riding around in it. Don't make no sense at all. Turn on that AC. Yep. We're gonna pull on over here to the old tractor barn. And we're gonna see about dragging that trailer out. And we'll get her hooked up. We'll drag her around with us. See how my backing skills, if they're still in place. Oh, not really. I'm a little off, but we'll get it straight. I haven't latched onto this thing in a while. Gonna hook up the chains and lights and all that. I ain't going out on the road with her, so I just need to pull her around here. I don't want to bend that stand out from underneath it though. Yeah, I got a few pallets stored up in here. And yeah, here's the old tractor. I tell you, I haven't used that thing in probably 3 years. Like the Crockers. Once I got that zero turn, instead of looking like I was ready to bale hay, I quit using that brush hog. But she's done a fine job out here, so, but I do need to drag her out and make sure she still fires up. Probably need to get her out of this old tractor barn, horse barn anyway, because this thing's about ready to fall in and I need to replace it. Future project. Hopefully either I'll replace it with a container for storage, or I'll build me a quick pole barn solely for the purpose of putting tractor trailer and riders and stuff in here and get it out of the big shop. But another day, another story. Let's get after it. Now it's been quite a while since I've used this thing. An old 6250 Coleman generator. Now she's worked hard in her life, but I haven't used it in probably 3 years, 4 years, maybe 3 years. But she's definitely been put to work. But let's try firing her up. We'll see how. Now she used to always kick off on the first start, regardless. But she's been sitting over there for quite some time. She's covered in dust. She's got old gasoline in her. But let's see what she does. Believe that? I hope you don't, because before I turned this camera on, I gave her a few pulls. But in all honesty, she fired up on the third one before I even turned the camera on. I just wanted y'all to make it look good. Yes, sir. Woo-wee. Man, it's not even noon yet, and it's hotter than fire out there. And I think I got 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I got 6 posts set. And dang it, it's hot. And that ground ain't no help either, but well, I already had to come in and get under this cool air. Woo! But yeah, you know, need to drink plenty of water. Take some breaks. Don't sit out there too long, because it'll get you. And I can feel it coming on. So I got my butt inside in the cool air and drinking some water, because I ain't gonna be passing out there in that sun. So yeah, y'all just sit tight, let old Pooch cool off, and we'll see what happens next. Yes, sir. Woo wee. Boy, it was a hot one. It's so hot, 11:45 a.m. I was done. And I ain't kidding. But I did get 2, 4, 6 posts set. Now mind you, I'm setting T-posts in rock. And that's some tough work, no matter what kind of equipment you got. And I got the equipment that I thought would help make it the easiest. Pre-drilling holes, a gas-powered T-post driver. But when you find them big boulders buried in the ground, you still gonna have to work for it. Which I don't mind, but old Pooch ain't accustomed to the heat anymore. Pooch is an inside, behind the desk kind of guy nowadays. Been that way for several years, so the old tolerance level for heat just ain't there like it used to be. But again, I ain't in no hurry. I'll get it done. But this is just one little run right here, and I still got to go all the way up that way. But I ain't worried about it. I'll get back on it. But one thing I gotta do, Tuesday's Flag Day. So I gotta get an old flag hung up. I gotta raise Old Glory. And that's what I'm about to do right quick. So you guys can watch me mount a flag post to my shop. And we'll get Old Glory waving in the wind. Yes, sir. Now, first things first, I got to make a block to mount this here mount to. And being I'm mounting it on a metal building, I'm going to mount this piece on the inside and then mount this on the outside to it. But I need to shorten it down a little bit, so I'm going to cut her down to the right size. Yes, sir. That ought to work. Now we'll just get her fitted so I can mount it to it. Yes, sir. First things first, let's get these holes drilled to put these here bolts in to mount it to the building. Perfect. And this is going to be on the inside, not on the outside, where it's going to be exposed to all the weather. And I'm using stainless steel screws, and that fits perfect. That should get right through there to where I'll be able to do what I got to do. So let's move on to the next step. Now I'm hoping this isn't in a shadow where it's too dark for you guys to see what I'm doing. What I'm about to do, I'm going to drill through these 2 holes I made to mount this block on the inside of this here metal building. But I'm going to drill from the inside out, plant my screws, tighten her down, and then we'll be mounting the flagpole brace. So let's just see how well this works, and I hope y'all can see it in the shadow. And if you hear all them funky noises, that's a branch off that tree rubbing on top of this here roof. I need to get the pole saw to it. Probably gonna go right around in here. Now I'm hoping this isn't in a shadow where it's too dark for you guys to see what I'm doing. What I'm about to do, I'm gonna drill through these two holes I made to mount this block on the inside of this here metal building. But I'm gonna drill from the inside out, plant my screws, tighten her down, and then we'll be mounting the flagpole brace. So let's just see how well this works. And I hope y'all can see it in the shadow. And if you hear all them funky noises, that's a branch off that tree rubbing on top of this here roof. I need to get the pole saw to it. Probably gonna go right around in here. Charge her up. But folks, I've had this little old Milwaukee drill, little 12 volt, for quite some time. I've gone through batteries faster than I've wore out a drill, and this has done a lot of work, and I love this little Milwaukee. But when you go to replace these little M12 batteries, buy two costs more than buying a new set, a new drill, charger, and batteries included set. So I've always just bought the whole set, and I think I got two in there that I've never even used because she's still going, and I love this thing. But let's get these things through there. I've got my two screws. I gotta fish into my bag of tricks, get the little nuts and washers, and I'll bring y'all back into that as soon as I get everything together. Yes, sir. I hope that music ain't playing where y'all can hear it, because they'll write me a strike up probably. But maybe that wind's blowing good enough that you won't hear it, and I'll talk over it, and I'll come down off here. Then I'll go in there and turn that radio down too, just so we don't have no issues. Alright. Hey, the good thing is I might be able to reach around this here thing. Get them lined up. bit longer. We get some pretty good winds out here. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't break that mountain or something, but we're going to see how she goes. Here we go, American Patriots. Let's get Old Glory waving in the wind. There we go. What do you folks think of that? Yes, sir. Not too shabby. And don't forget, Tuesday's Flag Day. So get your flags hung up. But now we got that done, I might be able to squeeze in one more little project, hopefully. Let's see if we can knock that one out too. Now I got something else I want to hang up right here, and kind of going to be the same concept, but I ain't going to show you what I'm hanging until the end. So just sit back and watch. Yes, sir. Okay, let me get there on the inside again and anchor them up, and then we'll see about putting up what I aim to put up. Yes, sir. Well, maybe you can see still, but I got me 2 boards planted and anchored to this here metal shop. And I'm about to hang something right there. And I don't want to show you until I got it hung up. Now, it may not mean a hill of beans to any of y'all, but it means a little bit of something to old Pooch. So just sit back, let me get her in place, and I'll let you see her. Yes, sir. Alrighty, folks. Are y'all ready to see what I just hung up? And like I said, it may not mean a hill of beans to you guys, but it does mean a little bit of something to Pooch. So let's turn around and take a look here. Slowly. Slowly. And looky there. Yes, sir. I've got me a FBC Pooch banner hung up out here on the old porch. Now, I'm a bit proud of that one, but it ain't the greatest thing in the world, but still, it's full-blown country. And that's a representation of Pooch. And to go along with the other little thing I got done today, and y'all know, we got Old Glory waving high for Flag Day, Tuesday the 14th of June. Well, I didn't get all the fence posts set, but you know what? It wasn't worth killing myself. And I ain't in a big hurry for it. I do want to get it done, but I ain't in a big hurry for it. I say I ain't. It ain't worth me killing myself out in this heat, but we'll get her done. But I hope you folks would like and subscribe to Full Blown Country and Pooch, because you know what? Look at that. Everybody needs a friend named Pooch. And I could be your friend. Yes, sir. But, oh yeah. Now, this is recorded at a later date, but I do want to give you folks a little insight on something that was done for me. And I gotta get a cold snack real quick. And today's flavor is Shinerbach Wise and Easy raspberry. Pretty good stuff too. Anything Shiner makes is good. But to get back to what I was saying, y'all need to go check out Alyne, Welcome to My Kitchen. Boy, what a wonderful woman she is, and I am so glad and so thankful that I can call her a friend. And Piggy, both of them. Piggy's Piddles and Alyne, Welcome to My Kitchen. But she put out a video today, which is Monday, June 13th. And it was called, well, I think it was called Beer Braised Chicken. But she did that video as a full-blown country signature dish. Shinerbach beer braised chicken out on the grill, fried okra, and grilled squash. And all three of those things that she made as the signature dish of full-blown country is exactly what full-blown country would eat, what Pooch would eat. And let me tell you something. Full-blown country fully endorses. Full-blown country approves of that signature dish that Alyne, welcome to my kitchen, did today. And you folks are to go over there, like and subscribe to her channel, because she does some serious down home country style cooking. And yes sir, it's a good thing that I ain't her neighbor, because I'd be knocking on that door every evening at supper time. I've said it many times. You can call me many things, but don't call me late to supper, especially if Alyne's welcome to my kitchen is cooking. And I know Piggy will stand up and vouch for that. But please go over there and watch that, because I do appreciate her doing that video as a full-blown country signature dish. But good gosh almighty, folks, it's been hot here in Texas. Pooch has been working a lot, and it's been too hot for Pooch to get outside and do much. Get out there early. Like I said, 11:45 a.m. Saturday, I was done setting those and driving them T-posts. But anyway, I'll try to knock out a few more things. I got a couple more stuff coming up that won't require too much. Hope you liked my video tonight, raising the flag and adorning the FBC banner out on the porch. Don't forget, I go live Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central Time. So you folks tune in. There ain't no telling what we'll get to jacking our jaw about. And I really like it when my pretty shows up with us. Kind of helps Pooch out. But anyway, I got to get this thing wrapped up and get it uploaded so I can get it out to you guys. But thanks to all who subscribe and like. And if you don't, hit that thumbs up and subscribe and get that bell notification. That way you'll know when Pooch is signing on or uploading something. And remember, everybody needs a friend named Pooch. And they call me Pooch. Yes, sir.